Chapter 20 of Going His Way, Little Talks to Little Folks by Reverend Gerald T. Brennan. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Maria Therese. Chapter 20 A Piece of Glass. Robert and Helen were brother and sister. Robert was 10 years old and his sister was 9. Like all brothers and sisters, Robert and Helen loved each other very much. They played together, read the funnies together, worked together, and went to school together. They seemed to have lots of fun, and they were always very happy. But one day last summer, something very unpleasant happened. Robert and Helen had a quarrel. Robert became very angry, and Helen became angry too. Both said a lot of unkind things, and after the quarrel was over, each child refused to speak to the other. Well, this went on for some time. All morning long neither spoke to the other. At noon the children's mother spoke to them. She tried to make the children see that they were doing wrong. But the children just listened. Robert refused to speak to Helen, and Helen refused to speak to Robert. Of course, the mother was hurt. Something had to be done. The mother wondered what she could do to make the children forget their quarrel. How could she make Robert forgive his sister? How could she make Helen forgive her brother? Oh, the mother thought and thought for a long time. Then, all of a sudden, she had an idea. "Robert," asked the mother, "will you wash the kitchen windows on the outside for me?" Certainly, Robert would help his mother. He was only too glad to help her. After all, Robert liked to wash windows. That wasn't work. That was fun. Robert took a pail of water and a short ladder and went out into the yard. In a short time the boy was busy washing the first window. "Now, Helen," said the mother, "I want you to wash the kitchen windows on the inside." Helen, too, was anxious to help her mother. So it wasn't very long before Helen was washing the inside of the first window. There was Robert on the outside washing the first window, Helen on the inside washing the first window. 2 children with anger in their hearts, washing the same window. I suppose you're wondering what happened. Well, every time Robert looked through the window and saw Helen's face, he frowned and looked very angry. And every time Helen looked through the window and saw the terrible look on Robert's face, she frowned, too, and looked very angry. Making faces through a window. That's just what the children were doing. When the first window was finished, the children moved on to the second window. Robert on the outside, Helen on the inside. Both children with sour faces. Both children with anger in their hearts. While the children were washing the second window, Helen looked at Robert. What a terrible look on his face! She had never seen her brother look so ugly. Why, that ugly look on Robert's face was really funny. It was very funny. Helen couldn't help but smile. Robert saw Helen smile. And what do you think? Helen's smile made Robert smile. Then Helen laughed. Robert couldn't help it, and he laughed too. In a moment both children were laughing heartily, laughing at each other, laughing at themselves. The mother's plan had worked. A piece of glass had shown the children how ugly each one had looked. A piece of glass had taught Robert and Helen a lesson. I think that you, too, children, have learned a lesson. Robert and Helen were not happy after their quarrel. If you quarrel, if you get angry, if you lose your temper, if you carry a grudge, you won't be happy either. Don't quarrel with your brothers, your sisters, your friends. If you could only see yourself when you get angry or quarrel, I'm certain that you'd stop right away. Little people, people with small hearts, selfish people, are the only ones who ever quarrel. Big people, people with big hearts, never lose their temper. Big people never become angry. Big people never quarrel. Remember, God loves your brothers, your sisters, and your friends. God gave you brothers, sisters, and friends to help you be happy. If you didn't have them, you'd be very lonesome, very unhappy. There's no fun in being mad at anybody. A quarrel isn't fun either. Oh, no. So be kind to everybody. especially to your brothers and sisters. Boys and girls, make your home a place of happiness. Make it a home of love. Remember, God likes happy children. God loves happy children. Do you want to be happy? Well, then, the next time you're tempted to get angry or quarrel, just look at yourself in a mirror. That piece of glass will make you laugh. End of chapter 20.